Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a pick a card tarot reading. We're going to be having a look at what your next major change in love will be. The topic of this video is specifically what is your next big change in love. I wanted to do another love reading to kick off the month of June, as I've been picking up some pretty heavy collective energies. There's a lot of, well, if you missed my live stream, I recommend you go and have a look. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. I've talked about it on my second channel. I've talked about it on here. So I want to focus on love because I think love could help raise our vibration. So today's reading, I hope at the very least it does raise your vibration and give you something to look forward to. If we encounter any heavy energy, it is my goal to get as much information, advice, support, and guidance as I can with oracle cards, with tarot. Let's make sure that if there is anything heavy coming your way when it comes to love, you are well informed on how to deal with it and get back into the best outcome for your situation. So that being said, there is going to be a fun little extended reading for each of the groups today. The extended reading will be 18 plus. We're going to have a look at your next sexual encounter. What's it going to be like? Who's it going to be with? What's going to happen? Just that kind of stuff. The main thing I'm going to focus on is who is it with and what is it going to be like. We may get some channeled messages as well, depending on how quickly we get through the other messages. If there's anything else I need to talk about in your group, I will bring that up in the extended reading as well, because we do tend to run out of time over here on YouTube sometimes. So that's the plan, Stan. I'm going to take you into the pick a group portion now, where you can take your time to get introduced to the 3 different groups, and then from there you can join me in your reading. Hi everyone, and welcome to the pick a group portion of today's reading. I always feel like I got to say hello to you again here, just in case some of y'all skip the intro, because I know you do. So here are the 3 groups. We have 3 groups for today's reading. Let me just clarify. 1, 2, 3. As much as I want to do more groups, I just don't have the energy at the moment, if I'm quite honest with you. Retrograde season is kicking my ass. So I'm trying to be very aware of how many views my videos get and whether it is necessary for me to do more than 3 groups. And at this point in time, we've kind of been coasting along with the views. So I'm only going to do 3 groups for as long as the energy allows me to, and maybe once it gets a bit more crazy or once it seems to settle down a little bit more as well, we can add more groups. But today's reading, I don't think it's going to matter too much. I'm filming your pick a group portion after I've actually done your groups, and I can tell you that each of the 3 groups are quite different. And I feel like I say that a lot. There are obviously similarities, but they are quite different. So let's start over here with group number 1. Group 1, you will have the Vanessa SayMa Pastel Journey Tarot deck over here. Let me just bring that closer to the camera. So the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa SayMa. The card that I'm going to show you is the Hierophant card from this deck. We also have the Ace of Cups under that, and the Princess of Swords. So if this deck or any of these cards are really calling out to you, this could be your group. Group 1. Group 2, you have the She-Wolf Tarot, and this deck is by Serpent Fire. It's kind of like a conglomerate. Serpent Fire creates so many decks. They're amazing. A lot of readers have their decks, so I think you would have seen this in other readings as well. The card that I picked up for you is the 10 of Swords. Love that. Beneath that, we also have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Love that again. And beneath that, we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. So if these cards, the imagery on them, or the tarot deck itself is speaking to you, then this could be your group. Group 2 with She-Wolf Tarot. Last but not least, we have group 3 over here, Groupus Threepus, with the Family Heirloom Tarot deck by SayPa, SayMa. Toons. This family heirloom tarot deck is the first tarot deck from this company. However, I do have other decks from them that are oracle decks with channeled messages. This deck is Asian influenced and inspired, and the imagery may call out to you based upon the different symbolism that they use. For example, ingots here is the 5 of Pentacles, reverse no less. We also have the 10 of Wands, which is the 10 of Swords in this deck. It's a very colorful deck, very artsy. It kind of reminds me of like 60s art. I love it. And we also have the 4 of Chopsticks in the reverse position. So maybe the cards or the colors or the imagery or the deck itself is calling you. If that's the case, you are a part of group 3 with the family heirloom tarot deck there. Interesting messages in terms of just the cards that came out for each of the groups. When you know which of these 3 groups is calling you the most, click on your timestamps and join me in the reading. Your timestamps are located in the description box. If you need more time, pause the video now or join me in the quick 1-minute meditation portion of today's reading to see if that quick 1-minute meditation can help you connect with your intuition, to help you figure out which of these 3 groups you're feeling most called to. If you feel biased based on the tarot cards, then go off the energy of the deck itself. Maybe the imagery from the back of the deck is what is going to be helpful for you, rather than actually going off the tarot deck cards themselves. Regardless, when you know which of these 3 decks you're feeling most drawn to, click on the timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi Group 1 and welcome to your reading today. If you chose I forget the name of this beautiful tarot deck, Pastel Journey Tarot Deck by Vanessa Samina, then this is going to be your reading. We're asking Spirit, what is the next big change to come your way in your love life? As I mentioned, at the beginning of your reading, there will be an extended reading as well. It's going to be an 18+ extended. We'll talk about it at the end. We got to get through this in order to get there. So Spirit, what is happening for Group 1? What is their next big change in love for Group 1? You'll have to excuse me, Group 1. I'm expecting somebody at the house today. It's like a tradesperson. So if you do see me kind of glancing out the window, it's probably because I've heard something and I think that he's here. So I do apologize if that interrupts our reading. We're just going to pick up right where we left off. All right. Group 1, please, Spirit. What is next in love? What is the next big change in love? What is Group 1's next big change? Oui vey. 2 of Cups with the Princess of Swords. What is Group 1's next big change in love? Wow, Group 1. What is their next big change in love? Okay, we'll start with these 4 cards and then we will clarify if necessary. So I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing, but the first 2 cards that came out for you are the 2 of Cups with the Princess of Swords. You also have the Fool card with the King of Pentacles reversed. That does make me a little bit concerned, but I'll get into the energy of your reading, group 1, and we'll see why that King of Pentacles is reversed. So Spirit, what is happening here for group 1? What is the next big change when it comes to love for group 1, please, Spirit? I want to pick my Amazonite up. I'm feeling that for your group, a very significant change here is some sort of heartfelt conversation and maybe an introduction with somebody who is already currently around you. I see you having a conversation with somebody who you're already aware of, and the next big change is going to be able to get on the same page with this person, being able to see eye to eye with them, group 1. I see with the 2 of Cups here that there is a feeling of like having a strong connection, a strong understanding with this person. The 2 of you really bonding with this conversation, feeling very connected because of this conversation. That 2 of Cups really feels like 2 kind of kindred spirits coming together. And I believe with the Page of Swords, this is somebody who's already around you. I see that conversation with this person is very fun and playful, and it feels like it's 2 people getting to know each other, because we're not really having the most intense moments where we're like catching up on years worth of gossip and information. It feels like we're just getting to know each other. We're trying to get on the same page as each other, and we're trying to see eye to eye here. So I do believe there's a heartfelt nature to this conversation with the 2 of Cups being there, but the Page of Swords keeps it very curious and light. It makes me think that this is someone you don't know very well, or who doesn't know you very well. Or potentially you and this person have gotten out of touch, okay? I believe this is something that you've been wanting / needing, and I'm curious to see what is clarified, like what we get when we clarify those 2 cards as well. I can also see here with the Fool card and the King of Pentacles reversed that this conversation, this meeting, this opportunity to discuss and get on the same page as this person is going to lead towards a risk or a leap being taken here between the 2 of you. I see a huge leap of faith in your love life, group 1. I see the opportunity to really jump in something here. I'm feeling feet first, so there is a little bit of a caution here, like you feel a little bit afraid or cautious about how you do this. But I also believe with the Fool card being here that this is something that's quite exciting, and there's an element here of sort of throwing caution to the wind, right, and not being so careful. There's something about this person, this situation, that just has you wanting to embrace a new chapter in your love life. And we're going to get more specific, but these are the main big changes that I'm seeing. With the King of Pentacles reversed, this leap is something that comes with a feeling of being careful. A King of Pentacles reversed isn't entirely a trustworthy energy. It's someone who feels almost skeptical and jaded, someone who is very cautious and careful, and at times disloyal, struggling to be very sort of, to offer their most perfect best self. I consider the King of Pentacles to be someone who could be somewhat unavailable as well. So it's interesting that you have the King of Pentacles here next to the Leap of Faith card. It's like the Fool card is saying you're going to have a brand new fresh start, no baggage, blank slate. But then that King of Pentacles reversed is saying, wait a minute, wait a minute. We have standards. We got to be careful. We have to be cautious, be skeptical. Remember to stay grounded, and don't just throw the best side of yourself out there to anyone who's available. So it's an interesting mix, and I want to clarify, because technically speaking, we have 2 people out here with these court cards. We have this youthful, curious, engaging, fun, light, airy Page of Swords, and then we have this skeptical, closed off, guarded, jaded, careful King of Pentacles. So let's clarify, please, Spirit. Can we clarify that Princess of Swords first? Is this a new person? What is this Princess of Swords? Okay. What is this Princess of Swords? You'll hear me say princess and sometimes page. They're both the same thing technically. The princess and the page just vary depending on the deck. So in this deck, the page is called the princess. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's definitely somebody around you who's very curious about you, okay? I feel this energy already, group one. I've got to roll with it. I feel that 90% of you have someone in your energy already who's very curious about you. They're seeing you as like really strong match material. I'm seeing wifey material with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is like an ideal wife. Okay, I'm not trying to label genders, and I apologize if that's triggering. I know that it's 2022 and we got to move beyond those stereotypes, but it's the idea of wifey material, right? Someone who's very marriage material. Let's say that instead. I believe this person is looking for the right time to kind of get things moving with you. This person feels very fortunate to have met you. I'm trying not to talk too fast, but a lot of messages are coming in. Very fortunate to have met you. This person feels like they are having strong feelings already. They want to offer you their feelings. So they want to make their intentions clear to you if they haven't already. This person has been watching you a lot, but for most of you, they haven't spoken to you much, or communication has been very restrictive, maybe just online, or maybe you've just noticed them sort of looking at you and watching you. Even if they have access to you online, you may notice their name pop up every now and then on your social media platforms, but it feels like they've just kind of been observing you, curious. They see you as an ideal match, but with the Nine of Pentacles here, this person is hoping that you are what they're looking for and that they are what you're looking for, because I see with the Nine of Pentacles that you have a sense of security and self, maybe independence, maybe you come across as being quite wealthy or just successful, and for some reason that's putting up this kind of question mark of, okay, like that's amazing, I love that, that's a huge tick for me, but am I what you're looking for? And do you want to share what you have with somebody else? Are you at that point? Now, I see this page is cautious. We have the back of the deck here, the Three of Swords. So while this page is probably the one who's going to take a leap of faith towards you, sweets, I also see that this page is trying to be very careful about not getting hurt and not misreading the signs with you. So if this is someone you don't know well, this page is very concerned about getting the wrong impression of you and accidentally going for something with you, only to realize that you're not interested in them. I believe this is the page you're going to have that Two of Cups conversation with. Is it Spirit? Who is group one having this heart-to-heart conversation with? The Ace of Wands reversed. It's going to take a little while to get this conversation off the ground. I see with the Ace of Wands reversed that this is a conversation that is attempted multiple times by the person trying to approach you. They feel unsuccessful. It was a motorcycle, my bad. They feel unsuccessful the first time they communicate with you, and then the second time it gets the ball rolling. But for some of you, this person is going to take a while to be able to ignite an opportunity with you, despite them feeling, right, all of this beautiful energy, despite them feeling like you're, I'm hearing like a gift sent. So you're exactly what they've been wanting. This person may have like believed that they manifested you, okay? I don't mean to make that kind of face, but I know that some of you aren't going to believe that. That's what I'm picking up on with the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Ace of Cups. I mean, this person feels like they manifested you. But this Two of Cups, either it happened before and it wasn't really the conversation you were hoping for, or you two had the chance to talk and it just didn't happen the way that you wanted it to. What is going on here with that Two of Cups conversation, Spirit, for group one? What is that big change? We have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So somebody feels like at the moment they're getting the wrong impression. So I see a question mark here. Someone is feeling like, the person that I like doesn't like me back, or the person that I'm interested in isn't interested in me. They're not giving to me. They're not looking at me. They don't notice me. Is this group one or is this their person, Spirit? The Death card. It's highly likely that this is a fear you both have, but one person is really struggling with it even more because one person is more motivated to move towards the connection. So while you may both have this fear, the other person, like this will resonate for those who who it resonates with. One person is very motivated to move towards the other person, and they are the one that is most fearful that their feelings are unrequited and that they aren't going to get reciprocity. So the next major change here is reciprocity, is being able to see eye to eye and opening up communication full stop for a lot of you, while also having the opportunity to get to know each other better. How will this apply for those who are already in relationships? We're being shown Justice and the Empress. So if you're already in a relationship, this is going to solidify your current relationship, okay? This Page of Swords energy of somebody wanting to have a heartfelt conversation with you is going to really solidify commitment, balance, partnership, harmony. It's going to really strengthen your relationship. And I feel like it's going to help the two of you agree on the next chapter of your relationship with the Empress here. You're both going to feel more confident in where your relationship is headed. And I see you both just being on the same page again, group one. I see the two of you having the same aspirations on where to go next with your relationship. For some of you, this is about having a child. This is about meeting each other's childs or children. This is about moving in together or just making the relationship feel more official with Justice and the Empress here, offering the relationship a chance to grow more. So it's very likely if you're in a relationship, your partner has something on their mind that they've been trying to communicate to you about. Obviously, this isn't going to resonate for my single Pringles, but if you're in a relationship, I see a person having this thing that they wanted to talk to you about, feeling like they're waiting for the right time. They're very serious about you. For all of you, group one, this Page of Swords is very serious about you. There's almost this naivety to them though. They may be younger, but they're just manifesting in your reading as somebody who is less experienced and knowledgeable when it comes to your mind. They don't understand what you want, and they don't feel like they are well versed in what's been on your mind lately, especially about them. They think you see them as like, what's the word? Just another person in your life. That sounds really sad, but yeah, they don't think that you see them in the way that they see themselves. So that's what I'm seeing over there. Let's move forward. Spirit, what is going on with the Fool card over here? The Lovers reversed and the Six of Cups. So this leap of faith has to do with overcoming something here. I believe you have to make a decision, and this decision with the Six of Cups does have to do with an issue that has limited your ability to, give love, is what I would say. The Six of Cups has a connection to your childhood as well and your past. It could be pertaining towards a previous relationship or an issue in childhood that is causing delays in your ability to move forward in your next relationship or your current relationship. I feel the next major change in love has a lot to do with self-love, sweets. It has a lot to do with allowing yourself to love and to give love in some way. I'm hearing receive love for some of you. Some of you are a bit afraid of actually, like, once that person's here, where do we go next? How do we grow next? So I see that being a huge change for you because your mind is changing with the Lovers reversed. This isn't a tainted feeling anymore, but it is still an issue that needs to be addressed and healed with the Six of Cups reversed. However, group one, I do believe with the Fool card upright, there is a feeling here of you feeling brave and wanting to do this, feeling safe and wanting to do this. The person in your love life here is making it feel like an issue that needs to be resolved. Whereas before you may have not felt motivated, or you may have just thought, well, it's not necessary for me to have to deal with this, to have to heal this issue or address this issue or be open in that way. All of a sudden you've got this person in your life who's wanting growth with you and harmony and partnership and balance, and you're like, wow, okay, so I actually have to do this now. What is this King of Pentacles reversed about, Spirit? What is group one's next major change in their love life? Why is this King of Pentacles reversed? I do see something happening here. Can we clarify one more card, please? Oh, this romantic partner is going to put you in a tough position, okay? You are going to be challenged. Something that you never wanted, you were like, I'm not investing in that. I'm not ever going to do that. This person is going to want to do it. And they're going to really kind of put you in a tough position where they're like, but group one, I thought you loved me. It sounds a bit manipulative. I've got to be honest with you. I'm seeing the Queen of Swords and the Devil card. I don't believe it's entirely because of everything else I've picked up in your reading, I don't believe it's entirely bad. I'm just getting jealous vibes too from someone who has an unresolved issue with you. If you're dealing with someone in the background who maybe a divine counterpart, and then you've got a soulmate as well, take it as it resonates. If you're dealing with more than one person, someone here is feeling very provocative. They feel provoked to kind of act a certain way, and it doesn't feel healthy. It feels like the way that we would act if we're trying to take back our stuff, you know, like, how dare you play with my truck without me? It's like, how dare you claim group one? Group one's mine. Oh my days. Okay, so take that if it resonates. The other major message that I'm getting is this person is really serious about you, group one. They really see you as marriage material, and they want something serious with you. This person's impact in your life is going to challenge the way that you see relationships, growth, and success, because what this person wants in a relationship in order to be successful is something that you said you would never do. Okay, you said, I would never do that, I'll never do that. And this person's like, but like, this is what makes me happy. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I planned for, what I hoped for. And you're like, but I didn't want this. I never planned for this. This doesn't make me happy. It's a case of something that this person really wants and something that you thought you would never do or never have. Okay, so they put you in this hard position. Like, how much are you willing to give in order to be with me? How much are you willing to compromise in order to be with me? It's not that big of a deal. For some of you, it's some sort of sexual thing. Whereas for others of you, it's like, I never would have children, and then I met this person and they want me to have children with them, you know? Or I said I would never get married because I've already been divorced, and then I meet this person and they really want me to get married. It's something that puts you in this position of wanting to kind of, or feeling like you need to change some attachment to your material world that you have, and to an expectation that you have because of your romantic partner. It's really up to you two. I want to get advice on that real quick though. Spirit, what is the advice for group one? It gets better in childhood. Okay, that's very clear. There's an issue here when it comes to your childhood, and I feel like it keeps resurfacing. It's not necessarily your childhood for some of you. This card is representative of your past. So for some of you, there's an issue in your past here that is kind of limiting your ability to make true decisions based on your current energy with your future with this person, right? So your advice here is to acknowledge that these are two different people, two different situations, and to ensure that your past isn't holding you back. While we have this instinctual need to develop wisdom based on our experiences in order for survival, right? It is instinctual. It's what's helped us survive as a species. To a certain degree, we have a consciousness for a reason. We need to be able to interpret the differences between our past experiences and our present, and how sometimes we're projecting pain from our past in a limiting way into our present. So I do believe that this is just about staying grounded in the situation, feeling comfortable with this person, acknowledging your fear. Don't just dismiss it and gaslight yourself. But by all means, acknowledge it and be honest about, like, well, why is this fear here? Am I genuinely afraid about this person? Or is there something from my past that's telling me it's not okay, when actually it's better? I'm healed. This person didn't hurt me and they don't want to hurt me. This issue in the past hurt me. So that's your advice over there. We also have connect. So I do believe that that Two of Hearts, Two of Cups situation is the energy here in terms of overcoming this issue, having that heart-to-heart conversation, getting on the same page, and to some degree compromising, right? Because this feels like a deal breaker in some ways, either your deal breaker or their deal breaker. But I do believe that you've found someone here who is really interested, and at the end of the day, with Connect, the best thing that you can do is attempt to see eye to eye and then figure out, okay, is this my deal breaker? I do want to ask some questions about these different people now before we get general advice about the big changes in your love life. We're kind of, I don't know, we're doing well for time. Let's keep going. Okay, so can I get an energy on this Page of Swords person, please, Spirit? What is this Page of Swords person about for group one? What is their energy towards group one? This Page of Swords person, please, Spirit. What is their energy towards groupus onepus? Okay. Yeah, this person wasn't expecting to be as into you as they are. At the back of the deck, we have Army of Me. So they feel like they've got a lot to overcome in order to get towards you. Some of you may have a really strong guard up around this person. Army of Me by Bjork is the bottom deck energy for this person. The first couple of cards that came out were Serenity, Fear, and Healer. So these are the songs Every Day is a Holiday by Dope Lemon, Waiting For by Rum Gold, and Hot Tub Dream Machine by Toby Lou. So this person is in their head a bit with that Page of Swords. They feel limited in the information they have about you. They enjoy your energy. I'm seeing that you make this person very happy. A clear way of identifying this person, if you don't know them well yet, is that when they're around you, they get very giddy and they may physically act younger than they look. Like I'm seeing this like burly person just get all like giggly and giddy and like laugh a lot. Or I'm seeing this really sort of stoic character smiling and just having fun and enjoying being around you. So that is a clear indicator. This person feels like every day is a holiday with you around. Ain't no feeling high enough, ain't no river wild enough, ain't nobody I can love but you. I never want to waste another moment. I feel this person is pressed for time with you. They feel really motivated to take action towards you, which is why they are afraid. This new thing, it's daunting. Rest my head on you, it's a border I'm crossing. All in my head, should I play it safe? Hide away feelings and play the game. So they're really trying to feel their way through the dark with you. They're hoping that it's reciprocal. They're hoping that the two of you feel the same way. I see that you do. Your cards are saying that you do. But this person's energy towards you is like, oh, it's daunting. I'm afraid. I'm scared. But Hot Tub Dream Machine. I need a hot tub time machine, then I can go back and fix everything. Same old you, but a different me. Maybe we can be human beings. That tells me that there has been something that happened between the two of you. You may have not even noticed it, sweets. You may have just thought, geez, this person's acting weird today. But actually there was a missed opportunity, a false start, where they tried to approach you and they were unsuccessful. So I see this person having to Ace of Wands reversed, come back at it with a restart, get the ignition source going again, and try to be a different person approaching the same you. They're hoping to get really sort of, yeah, they're having to put in a lot of trust here. This is Dangerous by the XX. They say we're in danger, but I disagree. If proven wrong, shame on me. But you've had faith in me. They say you are dangerous, but I don't care. So something about you are high stakes, group one, to this person. You're high stakes. If they're unsuccessful, they will feel like they've missed out on an amazing opportunity. But the fact that you are such high stakes is what is making them want to go towards you, because at the same time, like they can't afford or they don't want to live with the idea that they may miss an incredible opportunity. There's a lot of green from this person. So heart chakra is fully activated towards you, sweets. There's a lot of love for you already, okay? We also have Interest, Fade Into You by Maisie Starr, one of my favorite songs of all time, and I just started learning it on the guitar before I got these nails. I want to hold the hand inside you. I want to take the breath that's true. I look to you to see the truth. Fade into you, strange you never knew. So this person feels like they've been quite obvious. Like people who know them well probably know that this person has a crush on you or is desiring you. This person's like, it's strange that you never knew, because everybody else knew. Everybody else knew. This person seems to be surprised. Wait a minute. I think I left my consciousness in the sixth dimension. Some things don't work. Some things are bound to be. Some things they hurt and they tear apart me. Wait a minute by Willow. So I see that this person is feeling very like, woo, like, wait a minute. Something hit different. You know that meme where it says, there's just something so ethereal and otherworldly about you, and it's that meme of like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Great Gatsby where he's like, I don't know what you mean, and it's just like third eye activation, kundalini awakening. So much is happening. That's what it feels like. This person's like, wait a minute, there's just something so otherworldly. You feel like someone they manifested. Lastly, we do have this Disgust energy, which is a sad song called Cola by Arlo Parks. Leave me to my own devices. It's better when your Coca-Cola eyes are out of my face. So take your orchids elsewhere. I love you to death, and now I don't really care. Now, why is this in the spread with everything else that we have from your person? Because they're in a Page of Swords energy. This person is curious, they're analytical, their mind is racing, they think of you often, and they have their fears, they have their doubts. And this is a reflection of if it goes to shit with group one, if shit hits the fan and I'm rejected, it's really going to hit and it's going to be sad. And I'm going to feel not only disgusted, but just really disappointed. So there is this looming feeling of like, geez, I hope that's not what happens, but if it does, it's going to destroy me. Real quick, let's have a look at this King of Pentacles energy, if it is a separate energy for some of you of a counterpart who's feeling jaded and fixated on your success. For those who resonate with it possibly being a jealous ex or a jealous counterpart, what is happening here with the King of Pentacles? What is their energy towards group one, please, Spirit? What is the King of Pentacles energy towards group one? Yeah, this King of Pentacles definitely sees a lot of themselves in you, but they have mad regrets, okay? Close your eyes and see it through. Chaos comes and collects the youth. I can feel the cold air when the night comes. Heaven's Only Wishful. It's one of my favorite songs as well. Heaven's Only Wishful by More. It's a feeling of grief, a feeling of reflection, sadness, hermit mode as well. This person is feeling you strongly, okay? For those who resonate as it being a divine counterpart or a jaded ex-partner. Let's have a look at your other cards. These are the first two that came out. We have remorse and we have admiration. So I see an ex here, or this person, this King of Pentacles character, they do have their regrets. They feel like they made the wrong decision here or they missed out on something with you. I see that the next major change is that this person is going to, I feel, detached naturally with the King of Pentacles reverse. There's a feeling here of not being attached or available anymore, a feeling of being jaded. But I also see this King of Pentacles looking to you with admiration. Nude is how I like you best. Forget everyone else. Just rest your head upon my chest. Undress. I don't think this is helpful, but the truth is this King of Pentacles has a lot of admiration for you. They believe that they love you for who you are. They believe that they see you for who you are. And I appreciate that this message is very triggering, especially because you have a new energy here, a very devoted new energy, soulmate energy. But I just feel like it's a case of too late. Too little, too late with admiration here. Let me adore you by Soko. This person feels like they know you better than anyone else. They feel like they know you better than anybody else. And that at the end of the day, there's also this feeling that if it's going to happen eventually. But clearly now is not the time. Should I drink another lie? Would it make it right? Can I call myself her lover? But all my friends, they say they're happy for me. But my mind, it traces back to all the harm I've caused. You know, this song is about a guy who has betrayed his partner, and his friends all know it, and their friends all know it, the partner's friends all know it, but their lover's forgiven them. However, this person still feels guilt and remorse over what has happened. All my friends, they say they're happy for me, but my mind, it traces back to all the harm I've caused. I'm picking up on another scenario, but my camera's about to reset, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm picking up on another scenario of divine counterparts who are with other people. So it's a horrible, horrible message to convey, but it's an honest message, and we're all human in the sense of we all have these things that we see as mistakes, and your person feels like they dropped the ball with you, sweet pea. They may have made the wrong decision here. They're saying that you don't compare. Forget everyone else. Nude is how I like you best. Forget everyone else. Look at this. Self-loathing, vigilance, and focus. This person feels like you don't see them anymore. This person feels like you don't acknowledge them anymore. And to be honest with you, sweets, I don't see you acknowledging this person either. That's why I have a bit of a jaded energy towards this person, because the energy in your spread is, I gave you time. I gave you time to come and see me for who I am. And instead, somebody else is seeing me shine. Somebody else is gaining the courage to step towards me in the way that you were not able to. It's highly likely that this King of Pentacles is in another relationship, with it being reversed, a married person, but you feel detached from them. You aren't focused on them anymore. This person's like, can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? I feel a cold energy towards this person. And now this Queen of Swords makes sense. There's a cold energy here. You may have cut this person off, or you will. A big change in the near future is you're not looking at them. You got your eyes closed. You're facing in the other direction. Can you focus on me? Stuck on your phone and you're stuck in your zone. You don't have a clue, baby. I just want you to get up. Focus by her. So this person, a major change here is being able to focus on yourself. And I see this person being very focused on you, okay? We also have the self-loathing card, 99 Bottles by Pissed Idiots. Very sad song. When you're in your feels, it slaps. But when you're not in your feels, it brings your mood right down. So I do caution you against listening to it, especially keeping in mind that this is the energy of that King of Pentacles towards you. I lie and I'm a cheat and I overdrink. I tend to overeat. And I'm just living for the weekend. I do what I do best. I'll show you how to lose. This person is straight up in their feels for you, sweet pea. We also have Believe by Cher, Vigilance. Some of you guys, you get this song a lot. Some of you get it in every one of your readings where I have this deck. It's so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. But after all is said and done, you're going to be the lonely one. Oh, do you believe in life after love? So this person is literally looking at you going, are you serious? Like, are you genuinely falling in love with this person? It's so sad that you're leaving, but do you actually believe in life after love? That song has such an interesting message every time I pull it out, because the song itself is a happy, sad song. But every time I pull it out for a group, it always takes on a new meaning. And for you, I see this person either trying to drink, we did have the Devil card there, trying to sort of self-medicate, maybe, if that's who you know they are, an overeater, overdrinker, cheater. But it's not working. It's not hitting the same. They're questioning themselves. Is that real for you? Like, are you genuinely happy? Are you genuinely loving this person and falling in love? I feel like this person is going to find out about your relationship online or through friends. They're going to find out that you're seeing somebody else and they're going to be like, what? I thought they were waiting for me. Like, there's no way that group one would move on. Do they really believe in life after love? Like, do they really believe? Like, they're not the lonely one? Like, am I the lonely one? Oh my Lord. Heavy energy. Let's close your reading, group one. Wow, we need advice for you. We're going to get a lot of advice. We're going to use a few different decks. And before we go into your extended, I'm keen for your juicy messages. I'm not going to lie. I'm keen for your juicy messages. I'm keen for that 18 plus filth. Lather it on like butter and fry it up. Let's have a look at what your advice is, though, before we get there. Group one, please, Spirit. What is their advice when it comes to these big changes in love? Hiya. Turtle. Turtle, turtle. What comes? Oh, that turtle has messages for your new thing and your old thing. That turtle has messages for your ex and for your next partner. What is the advice for group one, please, Spirit, when it comes to the next big changes in their love life? Okay, totol. That's how we say it in my culture. We say totol. It's like a Creole. So 10 for the totol. This is telling me that there is definitely a huge ending here, a culmination. Spirit's saying it's not just an ending, it's a celebration. It's a 10 of cups with a 10 of swords. We're finally at peace with the fact that, you know what, it's time to end this tough cycle. It's time to tear these swords out of my back. And it's time to step towards my happy ending, my 10 of cups. Spirit is saying with this card that you are going to find someone. The next big change is meeting and connecting and growing with someone who has the potential for a very long-term relationship, longevity slowed down. However, as you migrate forward with this person and as you grow with this person, you will have to continually shield and somewhat protect yourself from the feelings that this King of Pentacles is projecting towards you. I don't believe this King of Pentacles is a very spiritual person, although if they were connected to you, they probably are aware of spirituality. I just feel that they are subconsciously manifesting some really heavy feelings between the two of you because they are having heavy feelings towards you. They're not available, but that doesn't mean that they're still not feeling low vibrational towards you and remorseful and feeling like they have grief towards you and feeling like they loathe the situation and feeling shocked. And so I see Spirit saying, like, keep moving forward. Protect yourself from that low vibrational energy that a lot of you know is going to come as you transition towards calmer waters for yourself and with your new partner. And the energy here for moving forward is to do so slowly. So I do believe the pace will determine itself. For some of you, this Page of Swords is incredibly keen, and I don't think it's going to be a case of being able to move slowly. But for others of you, this is just about you, you know, and if this person really wants a future with you, I do think that you've got to feel your way through this with them at a pace that is comfortable for you. Some of you are battling with feelings for both of these people, and you're trying to let go of this King of Pentacles. You're trying to embrace this person who maybe you've manifested as well, a soulmate, somebody who gets you, somebody who wants you, who's available for you, interested solely in you. So you're trying to get on board with this, but you're also still having to separate your energy from this really low vibrational King of Pentacles who is having some heavy feelings. We also have Little Penguin and Tassie Devil. So the Tassie Devil is saying brutal honesty, tactlessness, finding your voice, aggressive, and boundaries. Some of you need to have that with this King of Pentacles because I see that in this situation, there is a strong feeling of this person just really taking things too far, too little, too late, you know? And then for others of you, this Tassie Devil is talking about that situation where you're not on the same page over what you want with your future thing, you know? Like this person wants this and you never wanted that, but it's something that will make them very happy, but you don't need it to be happy. So be honest. I don't think you should be tactless, but I think you should speak your voice. I think you should have your boundaries. However, I do think that you need compromise here because the Little Penguin is a soulmate energy, long-term monogamous bond, and a safety in numbers feeling. It's a very strong feeling of care and devotion. So I think that you need a perfect balance of the two for the latter message of having different expectations when it comes to long-term ideas. I do believe some of you are going to bend for this person because they are a very kind, caring, loving person. So you are going to make compromises and sacrifices. Some of you are going to ultimately, when they put you in that hard space, go, yeah, I'll do it because I want you and I want this with you. It feels interesting. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I do see a lot of you doing that. We have 27 and 47 now. So the fly and the cicada, both insects, both air animals. You had a water over here, you had some earth. Now we've got this air returning. Renewal, rebirth, long life, energy to thrive, express your feelings. When it comes to the people that you are interested in, the people you care about, and the people that you have love for, spirits like sweets, be honest, be open, be clear in how you feel. I feel like this Page of Swords character is really trying to show you how they feel. And that's why they're saying it's so strange that you never knew. Because people who know me knew that I always had something for you. Whereas for you, like it's like you never knew. So I see a rebirth happening here with that Ace of Wands reversed and the Ace of Cups upright. I see an opportunity that should be seized. I see you needing to be receptive. I don't think you're an instigator, sweets. I feel like you need to be receptive. So just be open to receive. And that means being open to engage. That means being kind, you know, compassionate, not just sort of walking into a room with your head down and trying to hide. That means that you have to be able to meet this person halfway by receiving their energy when they work up the courage to approach you. And with fly here, this person already knows you. There's someone that you've already suspected. The two of you feel the same way about each other. Persistence, motivation, triumph over adversity, gossip, and need to let go. So a lot of people have observed your situation. They've gone, group one, I think so-and-so has a thing for you. Or group one, I think your boyfriend's trying to like propose to you. Or group one, I think so-and-so is actually ready to commit to you. And you're like, no, really? You're like, oh, I noticed they were getting nervous, but I didn't think that they would triumph over adversity. I didn't think that they would persist and be motivated. I didn't think that they were ready to let go of their previous lifestyle and embrace something futuristic with me. So I see this person you're dealing with being very ready. So your next big change is you getting into that same energy. And if you are in that energy, then maintaining that energy and being open to receive more of what you have by including somebody else in the narrative. So group 1, that is what I see for you in terms of your next big changes in love. I hope it's been a helpful, informative, exciting, supportive, guidance-orientated reading for you. I'm going to take this into your extended reading now for those juicy 18+ messages. We're going to be looking at your next sexual encounter. Who is it with? What is happening? I also want to clarify this person. We're going to kind of look at them because obviously something serious is brewing with them. So we're going to see if they're the person. And if they're not, then oh my days. We're going to have to figure out who the heck it is that you're dealing with. But that will be the extended reading. The link to all the extended readings is in the description box. All the extended readings from now on will be on my website. So that's a quick way to find them. You can go to the extended readings page on my website. Before you go wherever you're going, I want to say thank you so much for all of your time, energy, and support right here on YouTube. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting the community. And thank you for supporting Free Tarot on YouTube. It's been a pleasure to read for you, Group 1, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye! Hi Group 2, and welcome to your reading. We are asking Spirit, what is the next big change coming to your love life, Group 2? There's a lot to cover in the reading on YouTube. However, there is also going to be an extended reading as well, which will be an 18+ reading. I'll talk more about that reading at the end. Let's get into your YouTube portion first. Groupus Tupus. If you chose this She-Wolf Tarot deck, this is your group. So Spirit, tune me into Group 2's energy, please. Tune me into Group 2's energy. What are the next big changes in love for Group 2? What are the next big changes in love for Group 2? Okay. What are the next big changes in love for Group 2? All right, sweets. I gotta be honest with you. Some of you are dealing with a past person. I like to say that now because I want to get it out of the way. I'll read the energy properly, but I'm seeing a very strong connection to your past here. At the back of your deck, we do have the 5 of Cups reversed. So I see the next major change here is overcoming disappointment, sadness, regret, loss, and a feeling of emotional unsatisfaction. The first cards that came out for you were the 3 of Wands with the 2 of Cups, both upright, Group 2. We also have the Star card with the Ace of Wands, both reversed. Interesting. We have the 10 of Wands in the upright position with the 6 of Cups reversed. And we have the Hanged Being with the 10 of Swords, both upright. So you've got a lot of cards. I don't know if they're all going to fit in terms of if you can see them all. But there's a lot of energy here because I think that a lot of what's going to happen next is yet to be decided. So I feel Spirit showing me multiple outcomes, multiple scenarios in how things can go in your love life, depending on how quickly you allow certain things to end. Because I am seeing 2 10s and a 5 of Cups reversed, which tells me that Group 2, you're dealing with a situation that you're not supposed to prolong, and yet you are. And as soon as you're able to kind of let go of that situation, I do see you being able to move on and embracing a new chapter. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. So the overall energy of your next big change in love is overcoming a feeling of sadness and disappointment, even loss for some of you, grief for some of you. And I just want to sympathize with you for a second and validate your feelings of grief. If this is genuinely a feeling of loss that you've encountered, I do see with the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups upright, you connecting with an energy here, someone that you've already invested some energy with. And the next big change is going to be you feeling optimistic over what the future holds between you and this person. I see that this person is able to reflect some qualities that you really want in a partnership when it comes to love. This person gives you a very sort of warm feeling, and they make you feel like, okay, this person hears me, they understand me, they see me, and they're invested. With the Star reversed and the Ace of Wands upright, things don't really get off the ground the first time around in love with you. I see an issue here of healing, an issue here of still wanting to focus on healing. And I believe that for some of you, this is a past energy, while for others of you, this is the next big change in love for you, is that you're going to be really taking your healing journey seriously. I believe that this healing is prioritized because another individual has triggered it, and you may be developing feelings for this person while also feeling like you're not really ready to progress with them, or they're not ready to progress with you. The Ace of Wands reversed is a false start, but it's not a complete ending. It's this idea of when the timing is right or when the energy is right, we can ignite it if we want to. We can reignite that situation. However, with the Six of Cups reversed and the Ten of Wands upright, I do believe that another major change for you in love is going to reflect you and your past, you going back to someone, or you experiencing a cycle from your past again and needing to heal something from your past first. For some of you, it's not a person you go back to, it's an emotional state of being that's linked to who you were before. Some of you, this is a childhood issue that resurfaces. And with the Ten of Wands upright group 2, the idea behind this feeling is that it's very burdensome. It's been like put on your back with like a sense of responsibility, and it's taking the joy, the fun, the excitement out of dating for you, out of romance for you. It's making love feel so hard. It's making love feel so challenging. It's making you feel triggered, and it's making you feel like no matter what you do, you're just not getting that fun, that excitement, that joy that you usually get when you meet someone or when you're trying to kind of move forward. I feel like a lot of you may date a lot of different people, okay? But I see that these are the next profound big changes in your love life. So people may be coming and going throughout this. You may have love interests come and go throughout this. But I do think that there is one person that really stands out with the Two of Cups as being very close to like you kind of opening up and being ready to connect. But I just don't see it grounding into commitment, especially with the Hanged being and the Ten of Swords. I see self-sabotaging here. I see a feeling of betrayal. And I also just feel like with the Hanged one here, somebody is just not confident in moving forward. I feel some of you getting attached to people who may not be what you want them to be. And you may be feeling that intuitively, but on a surface level, you're really wanting them to be that person. So the hanged being is talking about a very still, passive, like non-action response, almost just sitting there sort of observing. You do have a changed perspective in this period, and I think that that helps you look at your circumstances differently. I feel some of you forgiving yourself for something that happened in the past with love, that could be linked to your childhood as well, finding a way to finally end this tough cycle with the Ten of Swords upright. But group 2, I've got to be honest, it's not an easy road. It's one that will vary depending on who you are. I think that a lot of you may pick this group, and I just think that a lot of your timelines are different. So some of you have done a lot of healing, and you're at the point where you're still being re-triggered maybe as you meet this Two of Cups person, but you're trying not to let that stop you, and you're really actively trying to end these cycles of burdening yourself and feeling overwhelmed and just kind of taking things to a really difficult place mentally. For others of you, I think that it's going to take a lot of time, and you may go through these lessons with a variety of people. One person may provoke that feeling of, oh, actually, I'm not ready yet for a relationship. I need to do more healing. Another person may provoke a sense of, oh gosh, like this, you remind me of my childhood. You remind me of my parents. You remind me of my mom. You remind me of my dad. You remind me of my brother. Like, oh, this is uncomfortable and I'm being so triggered. And I feel like I'm the only one that's trying to make this work. Why is this so hard? And then another person may really trigger these feelings of, with the Ten of Swords, betrayal, or just this strong feeling of like, this is really difficult. Like, why is it so hard? With the Hanged being here, kind of making you wait and wait and wait and really cling to everything that they say. So it's not a fun energy, but I think that the goal here is to end it with 2 10s and a 5 reversed. We're not trying to dwell in this energy, sweets. We're trying to evolve from it. We're trying to align with the fact that healing is non-linear. We are only human, but we have this spiritual side to us that can intuitively guide us through these difficult human-based experiences. And when we pay more attention to that intuitive being, we start to see progress. And that's what I think you're learning here. That's your big change here in love, is that for many of you, your past is catching up to you one way or another. And it's really manifesting in the people that you're attracting and the situations you're attracting in love as well. So I do want to clarify some things because I got some questions. What deck are we using, Spirit? I had another deck out here, didn't I? I guess not. Okay. We're just going to use this one then. I thought I had another deck. I've got all these decks over here, but they're for the extended and the other groups. But I thought I had another deck. So bizarre. All right. I want to clarify some things, Spirit. Can we please clarify the Two of Cups energy in Group 2's reading? What is the Two of Cups energy in Group 2's reading, please, Spirit, with the Three of Wands? It's giving me right person, wrong time kind of vibes, like meeting someone you're really compatible with and then having to like wait, or them having to wait for you. Investing energy and then just kind of going, well, if it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. We have the Wheel of Mars in the reverse position. This is the Tower. We also have the High Priestess who just flipped themselves upright. So strong Piscean energy in your reading. We do have a bit of Aries too, a bit of Aquarius. We also have the Eight of Swords. So Aries, Aquarius, and really strong Pisces in your group. So honestly, this Two of Cups and the Three of Wands, this big change here with this compatibility, this feeling like you found someone who's a really good match. I see that at the end of the day, we kind of get a gut feeling about this person that's telling us to investigate. And with the Eight of Swords, I feel like the situation isn't as bad as what we see it is, but it's enough for us to withdraw. The Eight of Swords tells me that somebody is got their head in the sand and there's something that they're seeing that they don't like, and they feel like a victim of the situation, and they feel like the situation is kind of like something that they need to remove themselves from as well. Like I'm seeing no contact. And with the Wheel of Mars reversed, it feels like right person, wrong time, because it feels like a lot of the things that are occurring here are not actually related to this person, or they're not related to the relationship. But we are seeing red flags and triggers with the Wheel of Mars here reversed. I feel that somebody just goes cold here. I'll be honest with you. Somebody goes cold. So if there is somebody that you're dealing with and they feel like they're right, or you were recently dealing with someone who you felt like you were very compatible with and they have gone cold, let's get some more information about what's happened there, Spirit. Why does this Two of Cups person go cold, or why does Group 2 go cold on them? Why do they go cold here, Spirit, in Group 2's reading? It could be something else that happens. Something else happens here that removes them from your life and vice versa. Ten of Cups. It's like they start to catch feelings. Someone starts to catch feelings and actually seeing a future. That's such a bizarre reason. It's like I'm genuinely interested in you, and so I have to leave. I wasn't expecting this, or I wasn't ready for this, or I don't think I deserve this. Honestly, I feel like you were meant to come to this reading because I think that you and the people you're attracting are afraid of real love, real commitment, and real emotional vulnerability and intimacy. Connecting on a deep, deep level seems to be something that you're attracting group to. And I think that you are meeting someone here who, if you haven't already, because most of you, this feels like someone that's already in your life who you're just kind of like waiting for. But there is a fear of vulnerability here, of emotional intimacy, of progressing into a more romantic stance, of wanting that balance, that commitment, that union. And the Ten of Cups was reversed in the deck too, which tells me that somebody just thinks that they aren't going to get their happy ending, and they're projecting that into the encounters that they're having with romantic partners, thinking like, I'm not going to get it. It's either you or the person that you're dealing with, because this is such a big group and it's a topic that could garner a lot of views. I have to consider that it's not you. It could be your person, or it could be you and not your person. So someone here is saying that they want love, but then they're self-sabotaging. They're bringing their past issues into their relationships. They're projecting hurt mentalities, hurt feelings, and part of them doesn't think that they deserve it. They're self-sabotaging things, blowing things out of proportion at times, and creating this victim mentality of like, oh, I guess I'm just not cut out for love. So the next big change here is you may lose someone that you're very compatible with, who has the potential to really understand you and see what you see, very similar to you, because you both trigger that same insecurity within each other, and you both are very quick to kind of go cold on each other because of that. I also believe that for a small portion of you, this is a case of this person getting pulled away due to something else with the Tower reversed. Something else in this person's world pulls them away from you, and they have forced to put their attention into something else. Despite developing romantic feelings for you, they are forced to look elsewhere, in terms of at their career or at their family, or they're being called towards their education. They have to move. The Tower reversed is just like this feeling of like, it's kind of out of our control, but this is also something that we are forcing, in the sense of we are maybe instigating it in some way. We're instigating sudden change, or we're having to kind of revisit an issue that has already been triggered. A Tower moment that's already happened is being re-triggered here. It's an interesting energy. Let's get some advice on it. What is the advice here with that Two of Cups energy for a group? Two. What is the advice? Okay. What is the advice? Interesting. At the end of the day, I do see that you have to kind of trust what you're feeling. And with the High Priestess upright, you're feeling like this just isn't meant to work out right now. With freedom in the reverse position, your advice is to kind of break away from that chaos. So I do think that for some of you intuitively, right person, wrong time, right? And you are leaving the door open and just hoping that when the timing is right, they come back. It feels frustrating though, I'll be honest. Like my ego is saying like, that ain't right, chase them. But with the Tower reversed, you can't. Like there's nothing to chase there. The intention is to cause separation through destruction, through chaos. So with communication reversed, I feel like Spirit is saying just be very careful about what you say and how you act when this happens, because if it hasn't already happened, because you don't want to tarnish that opportunity forever. You don't want to close that door forever. You want to be careful, and you want to be sure that you're saying what you need to say, but that you're not destroying that door forever. It does feel like right person, wrong time. We also have support and fear. So support is reversed, fear is upright. So as advice, Spirit is really calling for you to check your fear here. Not to see how it may be unnecessary, but to certainly validate it. Because there is a fear that is resurfacing that will trigger healing from this Two of Cups person. There is a fear here that does need to be overcome by first being addressed as, okay, this is a legitimate fear. And I think that this Two of Cups situation is a stepping stone that is calling for you to get further support on this matter. We also have Spirit here. So ultimately, group 2, the goal here, the biggest advice, should I say, is for you to trust yourself, know yourself. You are the oracle in your life. If something isn't hitting right, even if it looks good, it feels good, and it sounds good, trust yourself, because your intuition is telling you how to navigate this, and your intuition is putting you in ghost mode here. So if that seems to be what a lot of you need to do, and I think with the Knight of Cups and balance upright, similar to the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups, you have this deep-rooted understanding. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. And that's very Piscean, so that makes sense. Some of you may have strong Pisces placements where you're able to, yes, you feel sad right now, but I've been through a lot of sadness in my life, so I'm just going to have to emotionally detach. And if it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. Let's have a look at the next stage in your life over here with the Ace of Wands and the Star card reverse. Spirit, what is this next big change in group 2's? What is this next big change in group 2's energy over here? With the Star card and the Ace of Wands reversed, what is their next big change? Okay, at the back of the deck, we do have the Knight of Swords. So I see some of you getting very frustrated with the outcome of your love life. I see a major change here being a change in action, a change in how you approach love. Some of you have only been doing it on dating apps, and you're going to stop that. You're going to try to meet people physically. Some of you have been trying to meet people physically, and you're going to stop that. You're going to try dating apps instead. You may even be open to blind dates with the Knight of Swords reversed. You're trying a different approach here. And I also believe that you're trying to incorporate the use of external support, whether that is through meeting people physically in a different location, or getting others to set you up, or using a dating app to meet people. I just believe that your approach to love is changing. So I have to offer multiple contexts in case it's different, you know, for everyone. So clarifying the Star reversed and the Ace of Wands, we have the Lovers, the Six of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So with the Lovers reversed, you are learning from it an outcome that you believe didn't work out in your favor. And you're trying to make choices that reflect you being protective of yourself, while also trying to generate a more successful outcome. I see a lot of you craving stability and recognition from your love life. So I think that the goal here is to try to show a different side of you to the people that you're seeing, because I feel like group 2, you're going to be seeing multiple people. And I think that the goal here is to portray the more fun, the more confident, the more stable side of you. So that's why I think you're using dating apps, right? Because you put a certain image out there, and you have maybe a wingman for others of you, a wing woman. I've been a wing woman before. I love being in that position, to be honest with you. I kind of unhelpfully interject myself into that position. But I think what's happening here with the Star card reversed, you are trying a different approach. You're trying to reinvent the way that things have been happening. I see some of you just going on a slew of like sleazy dates, trying to kind of get over this Two of Cups feeling. And I think that it does boost your confidence temporarily. I see you like getting back into stability soon after that. But with the Ace of Wands reversed, you're clearly aware of the fact that your method here is kind of like a needle in a haystack situation, kissing a lot of frogs before you get to your prince, right? Or kissing a lot of toads before you get to your princess. It feels like you have to meet a lot of people in order to actually click with someone. Gosh, what is the advice in that situation, please, Spirit? What is the advice in that situation for group 2? Because I'll be honest with you, like that's not a bad thing. It's a time in your life that a lot of people go through. So I'm not trying to, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So at the end of the day, this whole this whole vibe over here, it's not entirely helpful in the sense of it doesn't get you closer towards meeting the one, but it does help you in other ways. It definitely helps you get over this other person. With grief here, don't use these people to numb yourself, but certainly use the experiences to boost your confidence. I see some of you needing that external validation of, you know what, you are a desirable person, and multiple people will click on your profile and show you that, or multiple people will approach you in public and tell you that. With light, upright, and rest here, I see Spirit saying this shouldn't be a case of you using people and projecting your hurt into them and their temporary presence in your life, but you can use this as a way of kind of building your confidence back, getting your light back, getting your spark back, getting back the zest that makes you you, group 2. And ultimately this period is needing to go in tandem or hand in hand with a period of rest and healing. While I don't see you spending a lot of time reflecting, I see you needing time to just kind of recharge and heal, because you're interacting with a lot of people. And with grieve upright, we don't want to just sort of numb this feeling and let it persist. We want to use these experiences to kind of get over that feeling healthily and progress beyond that feeling of grief, right? That feeling of disappointment. So that's what I'm seeing over there. That's your advice. Let's have a look at the 6 of Cups and 10 of Wands. We'll do it in tandem with the Hanged Being and 10 of Swords, Spirit. What is happening over here with those 4 cards? Okay. Yeah, you got a choice to make. Some of you are going to take a long time. This is an ongoing lesson for you. What is happening over here with that 6 of Cups, 10 of Wands, please, Spirit? The Page of Cups. I'm hearing that song. Who sings it? But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Disappointed. Disappointed. What's happening over here, sweets? Back of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. Disappointed, regretful decision. Okay, I got to call it how I see it, group 2, because it's going to happen. Please don't force someone to be your Prince Charming. Please don't force someone to be your princess, your queen, your king. I see some of you forcing someone to fit a mold that you want, and then getting very disappointed that they don't fit that mold, and then feeling like you wasted your time, you wasted your effort, despite seeing many red flags, huge signs of somebody who isn't going to change, and then you're forcing it to happen. I need you to know this, because like I said at the beginning of your reading, this isn't set in stone. This doesn't have to be gospel, right? This can just be information that you use to change the outcome. I see some of you really trying to force a situation to work here. You give it a lot of time, you give it a lot of energy, you take it as your personal responsibility to make this work, because this person is about as close to that feeling as you've ever gotten. You feel like there are differences, but you also feel like some of that is your fault. You carry a lot of burden here. And I ultimately see this relationship ending. I see this relationship destroying you, if I'm honest. I see this relationship taking all the good out of you, all your energy, all your patience, your vitality. Some of you will want a child, and Spirit's not going to give you a child with this person. And then as soon as you leave them, you will have a child with your next partner. This is very infertile, but stubborn. You have a choice to make over here. And the choice is, how much longer are you going to do that? How much longer are you going to romanticize people who have red flags? How much longer are you going to project this idealized childlike version of love onto relationships that are clearly at a standstill or unable to move forward? You do have a choice. Your next big change here is deciding whether to continue this cycle, because it's all your actions, sweets. It's your life, your story, your actions that create this. What are you going to do when you're in that crossroads? Are you going to explore something new? Are you going to cut it off altogether? Are you going to change the dynamic of the situation to help see if it works better in this way? Are you going to go back to them? Are you going to continue this tough cycle and continue doing this? I think with Eon here, there is a feeling of a lot of you going through this over and over and over again. And the Two of Wands is saying you don't have to. The Nine of Wands is saying this isn't going to work until you change the energy that you're putting into this, re-strategizing. With the Page of Cups upright, at some point, I do believe that forgiveness is needed. And I do believe that the best way to move forward is to do so tentatively, with minimal expectations, just trying to do what you feel is best in that situation. I think the Page of Cups is this youthful energy of trying to make light of a serious situation, you know. Spirit is saying this next big change over here is you exploring feelings differently and paying more attention to the process here, because I see a page as like someone who's warming up, right? They're not proclaiming love on the first date. They're not kind of projecting. They're just kind of having fun, being present, going with the flow of the situation, and trying to kind of maintain a friendly, lighthearted energy. I do see a lot of you dating again, but I see you all wanting to kind of just take it slow. If you are able to break out of this situation, I see you just wanting to take it slow and build friendship with your lovers first. And I think that that's what is going to work best for you. That's what you figure out. Okay, group 2. We were just cut off by my camera because this has been a long reading. But I was just saying that Page of Cups, I really see you kind of just taking it slowly here and lighthearted, not really expecting romance, but just kind of wanting it still, you know, like being very fairy tale like attached to love and romance. Interesting. So Spirit, what is the advice over here for group 2? These are big changes, sweets. These are huge changes. You should be very proud of yourself, okay? I mean it. This is a lot of energy, and it feels like the kind of energy you don't just get born with, right? It's the kind of energy that comes from inheritance. Some of you, your parents kind of projected this fantasy onto you, or it comes from a sense of coping, trying to escape. It's a lot to break out of. It's a lot to work with, especially when you are attracting a certain type of person your way. It requires a lot of self-realization, a lot of reflection. And I don't see you giving yourself that chance. I just kind of see you intuitively picking up hints along the way that like this needs to change, or this needs to happen, or pay more attention to that. I see you being very connected with Source, but I also see you just feeling so disconnected with the outcome and needing to kind of make up for that by projecting what you want instead of what is actually happening. So what is the advice here with this mess of a situation? The 2 tens, the 6 of Cups, and the Hanged being. That's so true. Yeah. Wow. Some of y'all are trying to have a child with somebody who you're not supposed to have a child with. Back of the deck is begin. How do I word that though? What I feel here is Spirit saying you have 2 tens for a reason. This needs to end in order for a powerful new beginning. You're going to be with someone who incites so much resistance and so much energy from you. Like no matter what you do, you feel like it's not good enough. You just have to give and give and give and give and give to the situation, and still you're put in limbo with them until finally you see like, actually I'm not the problem. Well, maybe I am because I'm enabling, but at the same time, like I've done everything that I possibly can. I just don't think this is going to work. I do see a new beginning for you. I see birth elsewhere. I see you needing to make a very important choice here. I see you having a lot of power, okay, in this situation. You have a lot of power. I see you pulling back your energy. I see you putting a fire out. I see you determining that this is not a situation that you're passionate about anymore, but it is a very provocative situation. It's a situation that has a lot of your energy, and yet there's no sort of passion here. I see you realizing that there's not even love here anymore. What you want doesn't exist, and yet maybe up until yesterday you thought it was there. And ultimately, I see you seeing the truth here and awakening to the truth and to the potential and to the fact that being around this person, this energy, has caused a lot of limits, not a lot of growth, but a heck of a lot of survival mode. And nothing can thrive in survival mode. Things happen. Sure, life happens. You can still technically have children in some very karmic situations, but nothing thrives in survival mode. And as soon as you end this, as soon as you allow these tens to complete a full circle of you giving all your energy, a full circle of you thinking of how to make this work and how to possibly move forward, and is there anything I've missed? Is there anything else I could do? No, I can't. I can't do anything else. I've given all my energy. I'm letting the situation end. As soon as you do that, I see the birth of something happening in your life, an opportunity, good fortune, a new love interest, maybe not love, because I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to spend some helpful time alone. But I do see you receiving a blessing, group 2, that confirms that letting go of this situation, this person from your past, was something that you needed to do. Nothing grows with them is what I feel. I really strongly feel like nothing grows with them. I'm seeing a lot of indication of infertility here. So Spirit, can we please get some closing advice for group 2 in relation to their next big changes in love? What is the closing advice for group 2 when it comes to the next big changes in their love life? Okay, at the back of the deck we have Platypus. Unique, solitude, being at peace and swimming through emotions. This is a watery card. Spirit is saying you need to embrace your feelings, especially if you're a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Your feelings are guiding you through this. That is your connection to your intuition. That is your connection to source. You need more helpful time alone. And when I say that, some of you have a very close friend who they feel like, you know, even when you're with them, you could conversate with them and it's like you're talking to yourself. That person is the exception. Otherwise, you need to really spend some helpful time alone. Not even to kind of reflect and get into your feels, but just to kind of ground your energy and realize the energy that you possess. Because one thing I forgot to tell you is that you're a catch. With fire reversed, you have so much to give. You have so much to give, and your energy is wasted in that situation. So being at peace while being alone is going to make you realize that a lot of the chaos and conflict in your life isn't yours. It's those around you bringing that into your life through their relationships to you. Now we have Galar over here, the number 3. It says humorous antics, noisy, making self heard, show off, life of the party. I think this card is reversed because I do see some of y'all having a streets phase, right? A hoe phase. Not to slut shame or anything like that. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube, but I just feel like this is going to be a very temporary experience that is helpful because it brings your confidence back up. But it's also not going to lead you to finding the one. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll be able to find a solution to you getting companionship from the right places. Because I see you seeking companions from places where hardly anyone finds love. It's very rare for people to find love where you're seeking it. So know that it's a helpful distraction. It's a way of being seen. It's a way of you boosting your confidence. But I don't see you finding the love of your life there. I do, however, see you finding the love of your life. I see a soulmate here for you. Little Penguin, number 38, soulmate, long-term monogamous bond, safety in numbers. Some of you aren't quite ready for that kind of relationship yet, while others of you need to hear that you deserve that, sweets. Some of you have dealt with so many inconsistencies when it comes to love that some of you have forgotten that this is something that you deserve. You're a human being. You deserve to feel loved. You deserve to feel worthy of a meaningful, committed relationship. And while it isn't everybody's cup of tea, there is a wound in your group that feels like you don't deserve it. You know, if I felt like you were genuinely happy in flings and casual affairs, I would encourage that. But I feel a pain in your group here and a sense of like, maybe I'm just not that type of person, or maybe I'm not good enough to be that type of person. I see a soulmate waiting for you to be ready for them to come in, to be able to safely take care of them, because a soulmate is a very gentle, open-hearted, precious person. And if you're in the wrong type of energy when you meet them, then you will hurt each other. And you may lose that love and that sort of unconditional connection because of the pain that you're projecting into the connection. So a soulmate is coveted. They can't just come in whenever. They have to be able to deal with who you are when they come in. And if they can't, then they're delayed. So I see them being a soulmate in your energy. In fact, it could have been that Two of Cups. But I see that they can't come in until the energy is right, until the chaos is calm. With Kookaburra here, the number 11, we have intuition, signals, let go of doubt and fears, laugh more. You do need to trust your gut instinct, your intuition, your feelings. They're telling you a heck of a lot, and not just about the people that you're meeting, but also about yourself, your own behavior, your own desires, what you need right now. You have a strong intuition, group 2. And you should be proud of how it has helped you along the way. I feel like you're going through a lot, and honestly, you should feel proud in general for being able to juggle all of this. I know that the messages in this reading may have come across really harsh, but at the end of the day, you're carrying so much. I feel like I have to try to keep up with the amount of advice to help you dissect this energy and feel less burdened. At the end of the day, you need to be able to trust yourself and feel confident in your decisions and in your feelings, whether it's a gut feeling or whether it's an intuitive feeling. This is an air energy, so it could be your gut instinct, but I feel with the Hanged Being and the High Priestess, you're also very intuitive. So I believe the advice here is to trust that more, to let go of your fears and doubts, and to also pay attention to how your gut is making you fearful of certain things in order to highlight the awareness of that situation. Like, hey, I'm scared. Why are you scared? Gut feeling. I'm scared. Okay, why are you scared? Back off, leave, run. And then you run away and you process it and you go, oh my gosh, actually, that was a very dangerous situation for me to be in. I don't understand the feeling, but my gut told me to run. I did, and it saved my life, you know? Being able to trust yourself more and being aware of the signals of how your higher self is warning you. So that's what I see for you, group 2. I'm going to cut it there. I just saw 1111 on my camera. We're going to go into the extended reading now. It's going to be so much more lighthearted. Fingers crossed. We'll see how we go. My intention with the extended reading is to get 18 plus messages. We're going to have a look at your next sexual encounter. We're going to have a look at who it's with, what happens, and when as well. That's what we did with the other group. If there is more than one person, we're going to have a look at the people and just get a better understanding of who they are and their energy towards you as well, group 2. So if you're interested in that, it may help alleviate some of the heavy energy here. The link will be in the description box. The extended reading is on my website, on my extended readings page. I shall see you there. Before you go wherever you're going, group 2, thank you so much for all of your support here on YouTube. Thank you for your time, for your energy, for supporting me, this community, and free tarot in general. And I hope that this reading wasn't too triggering. I hope you're able to find messages that were helpful. If anything does not resonate and it just hurts, don't force it to fit. Don't let it take from you. Stick to your story. And at the end of the day, keep seeking your truth, precious soul, okay? And I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the SayPa SayMa Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're asking Spirit, what is your next big change in love? Now, group 3, I'm filming your reading after the first 2 groups. Literally, I took a couple of days off to recharge as Mercury retrograde came to an end. So did my energy and my patience and my stamina. I didn't realize how much I had to catch up on from Mercury retrograde season. So I've taken some time off and I'm coming back fresh for your reading. We've got a lot of information to cover. To be honest, I forget the exact structure of the first group. So I'm going to just sort of wing yours and follow the tarot and some oracle cards that I have, and we'll just see what comes out for you, sweets. Now, there is going to be an extended reading as well. The extended reading is going to be an 18+ reading. It's going to be juicy, juicier than a ripe mango. So I'll talk about that more at the end. Let's get into it for group number 3. What is your next big changes in love? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands coming out first. Let me just swish this, see if it's gonna, is it gonna go up or right? We might leave her upright. There's something about this Queen of Wands that I believe is changeable. Give me Gemini energy there, that mutable Gemini energy. What is next in love for group 3, please, Spirit? We have the King of Wands coming out now in the reverse position. What is next in love for group 3? We have Justice. So there could be a lot of air energy. Libra is coming out with Justice. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, though. A lot of air energy. What is the next big change in love, please, Spirit? Group 3. We have the Page of Wands now. You guys, I can't make this up. If you get the Knight of Wands, that's all the air energy. What is group 3's next big change in love? Praise the Lord, something other than air. We have Strength coming out for you in the upright position. What is next in love for group 3? And we have the King of Ingots. I believe that's the last that I'm going to get. If I need to clarify, I will. But we're going to put that down and we'll get into your reading. Let me just check that you're still filming. I get a bit paranoid sometimes that the camera's not working, especially while we were in retrograde. So at the back of the deck, sweets, you have the Ace of Wands. I'm not surprised that you have all this air. I'm just going to be slightly frustrated with having to answer all these airy energies. At the back of that, we have the Six of Cups reversed. So I am picking up a vibe, sweets. I'm picking up a vibe that a lot of you are already dealing with somebody, and that the goal next, or the next big change for you, is trying to make things more serious with this person. The next big energy here is the two of you being able to get on the same page. Now, if you're not dealing with somebody yet, with the Ace of Wands there, that is going to be your first big change, okay? If you're very, very single, like the last Pringle at the bottom of the can, then I see somebody coming in and I see you generating a new idea around this person. I do firmly believe that for most of your group, this person's already in your energy and that your mind just isn't completely made up about them. I think with the Queen of Wands reversed and the Queen of Wands upright, the King of Wands reversed over here, there is a feeling of not knowing where each other stands. And I've been picking this up a lot in the collective energy. It's quite possible that you're seeing somebody who you just don't know where you stand with them. Maybe things aren't serious yet, but I see with Justice being upright that the next huge change here is not just having a conversation, talking with each other more and getting on the same page with them, but it's actually going to be having balance and harmony in this connection. I feel most of you bringing a higher level of commitment to a connection that is already in your life. And like I said before, if you're not dealing with anybody, then obviously it's the first big change with that Ace of Wands reversed is having someone to deal with and then being able to take things to a higher level. The thing about all this air energy, it feels like the way that we get there is through clear and active communication. For some of you, that's the key word here, group 3. The next big change is active communication. None of this here one day, gone the next, acting some way towards you today, acting indifferent tomorrow, just clear, consistent communication. I do believe that you're both kind of mirroring each other in the way that you're confused. Like this person's acting some type of way, so that person's acting some type of way. They're ignoring me, so I'm going to ignore them. It feels very tit for tat with the King and the Queen of Wands here. Like if they're going to look at me, then I'm going to look at me. If they're going to play hard to get, I'm going to play hard to get. If they want to dance around this issue, I'm going to dance around this issue. If they want to talk serious, I'm going to talk serious. If they back out, I'm backing out. Very tit for tat. So we're going to get cards to clarify and obviously get more information, but I think we'll just keep going with this line of cards first and then I'll clarify. But I feel with the Page of Wands over here, I see a fresh energy being brought into your connection. I see a fresh energy in your love life, a curious energy, a playful energy, an energy that is open to new ideas, new interests, and honestly exploring something new within an existing situation. I feel like a huge change here with your love life, with that Page of Wands, is keeping an open mind, where some of you have iced somebody out. Some of you iced someone out and you were like, I'm done, I'm not, like they're being too wishy-washy, we couldn't ground this, it was too crazy in the beginning, it was too difficult to talk to them, it was too difficult to gauge them, it was too difficult to read them, is what I'm hearing some of y'all say. And then with the Page of Wands upright, we're deciding that actually we're going to keep an open mind, treat this like a fresh thing, a developing thing, something that hasn't fully crusted over, in the sense of it hasn't given you enough time to form a major decision, so you're going to give it more time. And I think that when you do that with the Strength card upright, you find yourself in a winning position. You find yourself feeling more courageous, more bold, more authentic, and less afraid to lose. Some of you are not showing an authentic part of yourself to your potential love interests because you were afraid of losing before you even gained. So I see with the Strength card here that a lot of you are changing that mentality, changing your actions because of that, gaining courage and gaining a sense of patience here because you're not afraid to lose. There is definitely a feeling of authentic expression in your group, and it doesn't seem to be there in the beginning. In the beginning, there seems to be an icy energy of protecting self and portraying a specific image. And I think that with the Strength card, it eventually gets into this beautiful, colorful space where group 3, you're feeling more comfortable, authentic, and just bold. Like that Strength energy is like you shining, hair out, skin glowing, laughing, entertaining with your natural sort of charisma, and just being your authentic self. Now, with the King of Ingots here, I feel like the goal for you, like in terms of all of these micro changes and then some of the bigger changes, is to get to this King of Ingots energy at the end. And I see that energy for you being a place of security. Ooh, awkward. There's a bit of my sweat. If you could see that, you probably could. This camera's wide as. Being a sense of security, of confidence, and feeling secure in committing and putting your loyal roots down. Some of you have maybe really struggled to take a relationship to the next level, or you've felt like you really struggled to take your love life to the next level. I'm just picking up on an energy here, group 3, of like the goal here is to give you something worth investing in and showing that loyal, deep-rooted sense of commitment. So I feel like that's the goal here with that King of Ingots in a love reading. It's very husband material. And there's a lot of masculine energy in your reading. So maybe I'm reading for a masculine, but not necessarily. I just feel like the goal is to be practical and have something long-term here. So I see that being your final big change in love, is finding that and getting the chance to explore that with somebody who is worthy of that side of you. So I do want to clarify some things. Spirit, can we talk more about why that King of Wands is reversed? Because I see you flipping too. Do you remember in the beginning when the Queen of Wands came out, I was like, is it upright? Is it downright? Is it up? Is it down? Is it reversed? And it stayed upright, but when it first came out, it was reversed. So I see you changing your mind about this person, being closed off, being open, being specific, careful, not wanting to give the wrong impression maybe. What is going on with that King of Wands reverse, Spirit? Wow, really? What is going on with that King of Wands reverse, Spirit? Okay, so just like you, this King of Wands is also looking for something stable long-term and worthy of investing in. This King of Wands is going to be very skeptical in the sense of if they see red flags, they're going to slow right down and be very careful and want to examine everything. I see that a big change here is you could be dealing with someone who's very similar to you in the way that they are skeptical, they're logical, they're analytical, they're easily spooked. They very quickly and very easily just want to kind of slow things down and double check everything first. I feel like this person is a hard worker and they put their best into a relationship when they're serious about it. But they're going to want to be careful before they get to that stage. So that King of Wands is reversed because they're being very careful. Is there anything else group 3 needs to know about the King of Wands? You may know this person, you may notice this person in the beginning kind of act a bit cold at times because they're just trying to be very observant and careful of what they're getting themselves into, is what it feels like. This person is so afraid of accidentally getting tied into the wrong situation. They may have a story in their past, or they may know of someone who got tied into a situation and they don't want to feel that. So they're being very careful about what they invest in. The other thing you need to know about this King of Wands is, they don't have bad intentions. Like, I don't see this person playing you. With the 7 of Wands reversed, their intentions are actually very pure, very clear. If you were to ask this person, they would be honest. They would tell you the truth. Like, I'm just not feeling 100% convinced yet that this is going to work between us. So I'm being very careful and I'm being very slow moving. I'm hearing selective. So I feel that for some of you with the 5 of Wands upright, you may go through a period of no contact with this person where maybe things start off very strong and then they kind of take things slowly by removing contact, or the two of you have a brief separation, or somebody just decides to not message the other person back for some time. I don't see it being as bad as cutting somebody off and ghosting them with the 7 of Wands reversed. With the Knight of Chopsticks reversed, they literally just pump the brakes. I see that you're dealing with someone right now who has full-on pumped the brakes, group 3. And if that doesn't resonate, then obviously you're a part of the new crew, right? Where you're going to have that new love interest come in. But this is only applicable to those who are dealing with somebody already in this situation. And if this is all resonating, then take it. If it isn't, then obviously your messages are from here onwards. The other thing I need to tell you about this King of Wands is the reason why they're reversed is because they feel that this situation is unrequited. They're not convinced that you see what they see. They're not convinced that they're making the right decisions here. In fact, they feel like either something drastic needs to happen to convince them otherwise, or they need to start looking at other options. So, can we get some advice for group 3 on what they should do with this King of Wands character? It's been a very collective energy lately. What should group 3 do with this King of Wands character, Spirit? Romance and truth. Shut my mouth and call me Ralph. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit? What should group 3... Release. At the back of the deck, we have freedom. So you need to appreciate that there's something about this person that kind of clings to aspects of who they are. And if they feel like they're going to get into something where the person they're interested in does not allow them to be themselves, or the person that they're interested in isn't being their authentic self, if this person believes that you are hiding something from them or you're holding back, then that's a huge red flag for them. They're quite an honest, authentic person. I feel like it's not that they are hiding anything, but you guys may be at a standstill where they're being very selective over what you see. And as an example, I'm seeing for some of you, this person has a close friends only on their Instagram or their Snapchat, and they haven't included you in that. So I just feel like what's happening here is your advice is to honestly just be your authentic self and to allow this person to show you their authentic self. You're also being shown romance and truth. So for some of you have to be clearer with this person. If you're genuinely interested in them, which it seems like you are, you're looking over at them, but they're lying down here like, Are you, or are you just playing games? I see mind games here getting in the way. I feel like your advice here is to be more honest about how you feel, and for some of you to reciprocate flirtatious intentions. That can be very awkward, but I believe that that is what these cards are saying. Do your best to be honest and open about how you're feeling, and if you're genuinely interested in this person, because they kind of need that obvious sign from you, group 3. And lastly, I'm seeing release here in the reverse position. So this is telling me that at the very least, stop comparing this person to people you've already dated, or stop comparing the situation to previous situations you've been in. Give this person a chance to dig their own grave if that's the case, but I don't think so. And to just kind of let them show you who they really are. Don't call it quits before it's even started. That's what it feels like, group 3. Let's move forward. We've got to move on in case that part did not resonate for others. I want to talk about this Justice card, Spirit. What is happening with this Justice card for group 3? What is their next major change here? I knew it. See, that's the thing with all of your energies. We have the 9 of Wands at the end. So the thing about Justice is it's everything that I was saying first. Balance, partnership, harmony, feeling committed, feeling stable, feeling like you're working in tandem with the person that you're seeing, and that you're both equally invested, you're both equally giving to the connection, and you both want the connection to succeed. The person that you're dealing with here is going to want to see results in terms of they're a very like, you give, I give, tit for tat energy, right? And I feel like for some of you, it got very petty in the beginning, but I see a major change here. In order to get into a stable sort of balanced energy with this person, we need to kind of invest with them, and we need to give them the opportunity to invest with us. So I'm seeing practical actions being taken here to build this partnership, to allow this partnership the right chance to grow, spending time together, showing honest intentions, displaying actions towards the other to show them like, hey, I'm interested in you, I want to spend time with you. And for those who are already dating this person, I see a deepening here and a higher level of commitment through honest actions and intentions. A new opportunity here to really grow something stable and long-term with this person. Is there any advice on that Justice card for group 3? We have Birth reverse. So I feel like you've got to kind of approach the situation with minimal expectations in terms of try not to project anything onto this person, onto the situation. Allow it to unfold naturally. When we force something natural to happen a certain way, it just doesn't work. And that's what I think with Birth reversed. It's like we're trying to control something that's completely natural, and we've just got to let it happen naturally. What can you tell me about this Page of Wands energy for group 3? What is next in love? What is the next big changes here with the Page of Wands reverse, Spirit? What are the next big changes over here with the Page of Wands? Oh, can I clarify that again? One more card if possible. Thank you. Okay, so this is interesting for you because this person is highlighting a pattern that you have, and the goal was to try to get you through this pattern before you met them. But unfortunately, this person is having to show you a cycle of karma that you found yourself trapped in, and it seems to be one of rejection. Either you're the type to reject somebody before they can reject you, or you're the type to be very skeptical, careful, and cautious about who you engage with when it comes to love, for fear of like accidentally missing something better. Now, I just believe here that this person is highlighting a huge issue here when it comes to your ability to make connections in general. I'm not just talking lovers, but even meaningful friendships for you, group 3. I see with the Page of Wands that what's happening here is this person is bringing some sort of big karmic lesson into your cone of awareness. And I also see that the way that they're doing that is so supportive and very hands-off. So it feels like it's them that's doing this, but actually when you kind of stand back, you're like, oh my gosh, no, they're highlighting something that's always been there in front of me. I've just always missed it. On the converse, should I say, on the other side of this message, I'm also seeing that this Page of Wands represents a very supportive energy that this person has, an energy that can inspire you and can bring a fresh new way of looking at your life. Like, I feel like this person is not only very supportive, but I feel like they have something that you've been kind of needing. They have this sort of youthful or different perspective that will help you feel a little bit more confident towards your goals and a little bit more supported towards your long-term work or manifestation. I feel like this person has a lot to do with your success in the future, and they're kind of the reason why you are able to achieve some of the things that you are able to achieve. Now, I see this person in your life coinciding with another event that happens, another significant event, and it's kind of like you're so busy focusing on that you almost miss this person when they first come in. For some of you, you're so busy focusing on this other major thing that you've got going on that there's a high chance that this person could be in the background for some time before some of you notice them. So that's the other thing. It's kind of like they're just chilling in the background here watching you be successful. They could be a secret admirer who's been watching you for some time, you know, and you're kind of like, are they? Aren't they? Is it reciprocated? And this person's like, is it reciprocated? Do they have feelings for me as well? Is there any advice around this Page of Wands energy, Spirit? I do believe that for some of you, this person's had their eye on you for a while. I'm hearing just months for some of you, while it could be years for others of you. What's going on over here? Is there any advice with the Page of Wands? It gets better. So that is confirmation to me that you're entering a situation with a person where for some reason in the beginning you don't see the potential. You don't see where this leads to. You can't possibly imagine where this leads to. I want to do something really quickly. What is the King of Wands energy towards group 3 at this present moment, Spirit? What is the King of Wands energy towards group 3 at this present moment? Okay. Yeah, this person feels like they've already kind of lost ya. Okay. Okay. Wow, the back of the deck we have surprise. Wait a minute. I think I left my consciousness in the 6th dimension. Some things don't work. Some things are bound to be. Some things they hurt. And they tear apart me. So honestly, I feel like this person is processing something that happened between you recently. Obviously, this is only going to apply to those who already know this person. They're processing something that happened between the two of you recently, and their mind is just trying to figure you out and figure this situation out. Part of them feels like they've already lost you with grief here. Part of them feels like this is just a wishful energy. A small portion, I don't mean to confuse this group more than I probably already have, but a small portion of you could be getting over somebody else while kind of having this person in the background. And if that's not you, then it may be them. But I just feel like for some of you, this person just feels like this situation is unrequited. We also have boredom here. So I feel like this person spends a lot of time in their head kind of wishing for certain things or regretting how past instances with you have played out, especially if they have known you for some time. A big question mark is, why hasn't it happened sooner then? Why haven't I been able to make it happen sooner? Boredom. Yeah, just feeling like you don't see them. A lot of these people just really look up to you. With Maiden and Creator here, this person's energy towards you is that you are unstoppable. They also feel a lot of pressure to make something happen here, but they don't want to kind of come towards you when you're so guarded and defensive, and so they're in their head a lot. I feel them overthinking and toing and froing with their energy, kind of saying one thing, doing the other thing, doing one thing, saying the other thing. So I believe their energy towards you is that they kind of feel like a shrinking violet next to you, but I do see them trying to figure out, what action do I take next? I don't know if this person wants to take action at this point in time. Can we clarify that, Spirit? What is their likely next action towards group? That was very clear. That card just flew across. Sweetheart, you got rage. Stand up, you've got to manage. I won't sympathize anymore. And if you complain once more, you'll meet an army of me. So I see that it's really important for this person to be able to overcome the feelings that they're experiencing right now, because not only are they having doubts, but this person is just feeling like a shrinking violet. And if they are the masculine energy, then this is somebody who feels like they aren't good enough and that you are kind of overshadowing their ability to make this happen. They are feeling a little frustrated and angry. I want to say at themselves more than anything. But what else do we have here? Admiration. So the goal here is to bring a better version of themselves, is what I feel. The goal here is to bring a confident version of themselves, someone who is more in control of themselves and the connection. This is a beautiful energy, and I recommend you look up this song, if you can, Let Me Adore You by Soko. So that's a reflection of their next actions towards you. They want to bring a strong impression towards you, especially if the two of you haven't made it clear in terms of where you stand with one another. I see them wanting to make things very clear. So let's have a look at the Strength card over here. What is happening with the Strength card for group 3 and their next major change? What is happening in the Strength card over here? Wow. That's interesting. What is happening with the Strength card over here, Spirit, for group 3? Group 3, at the back of the deck, we do have the Queen of Teacups. So I see emotional vulnerability with this person. I see an opening of hearts and an honest reflection of who you are, by maybe sharing some of the shit you've been through, to be honest, to be frank. I'm trying to censor. I spent my first 2 years on YouTube censoring myself, so I'm just gonna start not doing it because I just want to be more honest and authentic. But I apologize if you find those words really harsh. I just see here, group 3, that there's barriers going down, there's guards going down, there's vulnerability here. The Strength card is showing this person a more honest version of you, a more authentic version of you, and for most of you, a side of you that is quite kind of unkempt, for lack of a better word, a side of you that isn't afraid to cry, a side of you that isn't afraid to just kind of wake up and show them, like, this is what I look like in the morning. Vulnerability can be displayed in so many different ways, but it's the authenticity here. That's the true intention. And you're not just wanting to be vulnerable for the sake of being vulnerable, rolling over and showing them the soft side of your guts. I feel like you're trying to be vulnerable with the intention of being more authentic with this person. And that takes time. That also takes energy. So I feel you letting your guard down. I see a major change here is you trying a different approach to love in order to get a stronger result. What is going on with the King of Ingots here, please, Spirit? For Grupus Threepus. We have the Tower card here, group 3. The Tower card reversed. So I see you being able to learn from your past mistakes, right? Because technically there are no mistakes. We're all just learning and figuring things out as we go. And I see that through your experiences, both good and less good, you're able to cultivate a stronger foundation here for yourself in love. I see that the two of you have a lot of potential. Your next romantic match is someone that's going to teach you a heck of a lot, and you feel like you've already learned a lot, but this person's going to take what you've learned and kind of throw it in the washing machine and make you see that it was still dirty. You weren't quite there yet. So I feel like as you progress with them, group 3, I see that you are going to build a strong foundation, and the change here is that you're going to be laying roots down with this person. You're going to be kind of investing in this connection in ways that you haven't had the chance to previously. So let's get some closing advice for you, group 3, before we go into your extended reading. What is the closing advice for group 3 in terms of their next big changes in their love life, Spirit? What is their closing advice? What closing advice do you have for group 3, please, Spirit, when it comes to their love life? Okay. At the back of the deck, we have the Cicada, renewal, rebirth, long life, energy to thrive and express your feelings. I'm going to reset the camera and I'll be back with your closing messages. Okay, group 3, let's talk about this Cicada energy, shall we? The Cicada energy is telling me everything that I've already told you. I do see a new opportunity for you in love. I see it happening with somebody that most of you are already aware of and you're already dealing with. I see the chance to reinvest your energy into a more meaningful opportunity in love for all of you, regardless of whether you choose to progress with somebody you already know or whether you are that Pringle at the bottom of the can and you're just trying to start something new with somebody else, you know. I see that the goal of this energy is to thrive. This investment is intended to be a long-term investment, and the goal or the way that you're going to get there in terms of your advice is by expressing your feelings, being more honest and open, showing more interest, and really sort of making it clear to this person that that's why you're here, in terms of you are interested in them. Now, we also have Numbat in the reverse. I haven't seen one of these creatures personally, but apparently they're an Aussie animal. This card says introvert, caring, spend time with nature, danger, warning. So I feel with this card reversed, you've got to kind of go out of your comfort zone here. For some of you, your advice at the beginning, remember, was to kind of be more romantic and kind of make it more obvious and be truthful. That may be against your introverted nature, but I think that the goal here is just to be more you, right? We're not trying to say pretend to be somebody else, but certainly show this person more of who you are and be more honest. I think that some of you have also seen red flags in this connection, but I feel like your person has seen red flags because they're reacting to the side of you that was very guarded, and they're being very careful and cautious and skeptical. So they're seeing warnings here, and that's something that you have to remember as you progress things with them. We're also being shown flying fox and possum here. So real quick, key numbers I'm seeing are 33, 3 in general. I'm also seeing 11, the number 47, the number 39, the number 3 again, the number 41, number 5, and the number 32. So flying fox over here, group 3, we have community as family, work on relationships and communication. With possum, we have conflict avoidance, uncovering hidden truths, social, curious, and trickster. That's the thing about the two of you. Remember, you had the page of walks. There's a feeling here of being aware of each other for some time, or one person being very aware of the other person for a long time. And I think that moving forward, we have to kind of use communication, use the opportunity to connect through words in order to get a better understanding of each other, because it's highly likely that this person has projected their own version of events based on their months of observations, apparently. I think that there needs to be more work put in, more practical work put in your relationships, work on relationships and communication in general. I see that as you move forward, getting a better sense of you could mean this person meeting some of your loved ones. I know that that's a big step though, so obviously don't rush it. Do it when you feel comfortable. But I feel like the goal here is to get a better feel for each other, because you're both at a point in life where you're looking for something meaningful, but you want to be careful before you invest in something meaningful, right? We also have possum here, conflict avoidance, uncovering hidden truths. This energy is feeling like that dating energy where you're still trying to kind of get a good vibe of each other, and you're maybe noticing little things where you're like, oh, I don't like how you say that, or I don't like that you do that. And you're trying to kind of do a pro and cons list, right? How much further do I take this based on what I'm seeing? I think that the goal here is to uncover hidden truths though. We can't just see one red flag and then go, nah, I'm calling it there. Unless it's a full-on deal breaker, you've kind of got to put more practical effort in before you can draw up a very clear and honest pros and cons list in this situation. I think that Spirit is encouraging you guys to be more curious though, to be more social, to be more of like this page of walks, curious and open-minded and ready to gather information. Don't just go off secondary sources. Gather as much information from this person, from the source as you can. And lastly, with Bearded Dragon here, we have magic, mystery, mental clarity, non-conformative, reading between the lines. So sweets, you're a very intuitive being, clearly. If you're getting a tarot reading on YouTube from me, you must be a very intuitive being. But the only way that you're going to be able to get your answers truly is by living your life in the moment and getting those answers from the source. There's so much that I can tell you in a general reading. Spirit is saying reading between the lines is a helpful guide, but at the end of the day, to get your mental clarity, you kind of have to be in the moment, ready to create it, ready to make it happen. With non-conformative here, there's something about this relationship that makes you kind of put it on the back burner initially, and I feel like it is a bit unconventional, or this person in this situation isn't what you were expecting. They may be very different to your usual type, or maybe you thought love was going to be easy for you next. And this situation is encouraging you to face challenges already and overcome obstacles already. So you weren't expecting that, and it feels like it's just too chaotic. But I see that part of this person's impact in your life is them highlighting patterns of behavior that you've already been engaging in before you met them, that have been limiting your ability to grow and evolve and embrace a more authentic part of love, which is by being a more authentic version of yourself. I see that through this person's influence in your life, you're able to create strong foundations, strong building blocks towards a serious, happy commitment that could even lead to children and marriage. So this is a very interesting, profound, and honestly quite magical connection, in the sense that there is a feeling of clearing karmic blocks here with this person, and their influence being able to help you get to a better version of yourself. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group 3, in terms of what is the next big change for you in love. I'm going to take this into the extended now, where we're going to do an 18+ reading. It's going to be explicit, so full on need to tell you now if you're not 18 and over, and you probably won't have a credit card to be able to pay for it, but I just need you to know it is explicit. So know what you're getting yourself into if that's what you're into. I'm pretty excited to do it. It's been a lot of fun. I like doing these extended readings 18+ because I don't have to filter myself, and like on YouTube. We're going to be having a look at what your next sexual encounter is going to be, who it's going to be with, and when it's going to happen. And just if you need to know anything else about that, okay? It's going to be juicy. So if you'd like to join me in that extended reading, the link will be in the description box below. Be sure to check it out. Before you go, group 3, wherever you're going, I want to thank you for all of your support right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye.